Hi, and welcome to the next in our series of practical simulator sessions. Now, in this session I want to talk a bit about ROPESIGHT and how a simulator can help you in achieving what is a little bit of a holy grail for ringers, the ability to see the ropes falling so that you know where you're going whilst you're ringing within the band. Now, simulators do have some unique features which can be useful to start training your brain, because that's what I believe it is, in the art of ROPESIGHT. Now, if you go and ask any group of ringers what ROPESIGHT actually is, I'm sure you'll get several different explanations. I can only give my view, and I've only been ringing for about 3.5 years, and when I started to see the sallies falling, it was a little bit of a revelation to me, nearly as good as being able to see the treble when ringing plain bob, for example, which was another revelation. But the art of being able to see the ropes falling takes practice. It takes a lot of time ringing, and of course you don't get that much time within the tower. So a simulator, either with a dumbbell or alternatively just on a desk in front of you using the keys, can be used to actually help you accelerate the process of gaining basic ROPESIGHT. Now, on the screen here I've got Visual Belfry running, and Visual Belfry is particularly what we are looking at. Again, most of the simulator programs do have similar features. Some of them, however, are unique to Visual Belfry, which is the one that we're using today. So I've taken the number of ringers down from 6 to 4 for the simple reason that when you're looking to determine which sallies are falling and in what order, the fewer the number of bells you have, the better. Now, if you could of course start on 6 or 8 if you're feeling very confident in your ability, but that's really where you should be aiming to go to after you've got the basics. So here we have bells 1 to 4. I've got the simulator set up to do plain hunt minimus. I'm bell number 4, so the first thing I want to do is just show plain hunt minimus without any sort of additional add-ons within the simulator, different settings, and just show you what it's like now, and you can actually then start to see if you can see when the ropes are falling.
Go, plain hunt. That's all. Stand.
Okay, striking was not great, but it was quite easy to see with 4 bells where the ropes were falling. But if we want to give some extra feedback, then what we can do is go, when we're in the ropes menu, we have the ropes tab on the left hand side. We can set up what's called the ROPESIGHT feature. Now, with the ROPESIGHT feature, what happens is that you will get a yellow circle appearing on the ringer that you are going to follow next. Okay, so if we now do exactly the same exercise again, you'll see that as we ring, the rope we're going to follow next is shown highlighted with a yellow circle.
Go, plain hunt. That's all. Stand.
Okay, so one of the things you will have noticed is that the yellow circle appeared as my bell struck. So it's showing me the next rope that I'm to follow. Now, in the options, we have what's called the flash delay. And this is the amount of time from when my bell strikes to when the yellow circle will be shown. At the moment it's on 0, so it'll be shown almost at the same time or just after my bell has struck. If I move it over to 5, which is the other extreme, and then ring again, you'll see that the flashes occur just before they actually are going to strike. So you've got to be much more aware of what's going to happen and where you are. So again,
Go, Plain Hunter. That's all. Stand.
okay, so you can see there that I had to be much more aware and actually be pulling my bell before the flash appeared. So that's the feature. The way that works is as you get better on 4 bells, you can move it down to position 2, to position 3, position 4 and 5. And then I would suggest that you take the number of bells up. So take them up to 6, but put the rope flash delay down back to 0 again and work your way through it. Then go to 8 bells and repeat the process. Now, one of the things with ROPESIGHT is the ability to know which bell you've followed, and once you've followed it, discard it. So you only then have to concentrate on what's left. So if we've got 4 bells, if we've just followed the 3, we've only got 2 bells then to follow, either 1 or 2, and once we've rung over that one, then we will be we only have 1 bell to go, and then we're going to be leading. So this ability to know when you followed a bell and discard it is really important. Now on Virtual Belfry we have what's called the Cumulative ROPESIGHT mode. And what happens with Cumulative ROPESIGHT mode is when you are coming down to the lead, then there will be ticks on the bells that you're going to follow. Once you've followed them, that tick will disappear. When you're going up to the back, as you ring over a bell, a tick will appear on it, so you can discard it in that way. So you're adding and subtracting bells. So what you're doing is you're focusing your concentration on the ones that are left. It's very simple to see on 4 bells. If you move it to 12 and you're ringing something like 4, you'll have 1 row of a group of bells with ticks on them, 1 without. It becomes much more complicated. But for ease and for this particular session, I want to stay on 4 bells at the moment, and we're going to ring with Cumulative ROPESIGHT mode on, and we're going to reduce the flash delay back down to 0. So we've got the ticks, and you can see that we need to follow bell number 3.
Go, Plain Hunter.
And after I follow 3, the tick will disappear.
That's all. Stand.
Okay, so you should have been able to see there the ticks appearing and disappearing as we followed, added or discarded the bells that we need to concentrate on. So a couple of other things that we have within Virtual Belfry. One is a test your ROPESIGHT mode, which you can do here at the bottom. Now you don't do that with a dumbbell, you do that on a keyboard or with a mouse. The idea being that as you ring, you have to preempt where the yellow dot is going to appear before it appears, and you get points for that. Okay, so if you manage to click the rope with your mouse before the yellow dot appears on the ringer, then you'll find you'll get points. If you miss it, then you obviously lose points. And it's a bit of a game, bit of a test to see how good you are as you move forward with your rope sight. So there are lots of ways that you can use a simulator. Finally, or the final thing I want to suggest is that our normal screen, we have ringers. Our normal screen, we have people. It gives a good, it's a good way of emulating what happens within the tower. However, originally when these programs were created, they didn't have the real ringers. They had sallies, and just the sallies shown on the screen can actually help you see particularly things like coursing orders, and again, you can ring with these. You don't have to have the ringers, but it's useful, and there are some features with coloured backgrounds that you can utilise to show which bells you've covered. Instead of the green ticks, you use the backgrounds, and the sallies actually move up and down. I mean, we can ring in this mode exactly the same way as we do you can see there's a yellow block.
Go, clean hunt. That's all. Stand.
Now, I personally don't find that quite as easy as working with the ringers, because that's what I'm used to. However, this particular display may be something you want to have a try. It may suit you better when you're trying to gain some rope sight. So there you go. That's our session on rope sight. If you have any comments, please put them down below. I'm more delighted always to receive comments. I'd love you to subscribe to the channel. We do have more of these sessions coming up. I've got some more ideas. If you have any ideas or particular things that you want me to cover, then please drop me an email or comment below, and I will see what I can do for you. Thanks very much indeed for watching, and I look forward to seeing you very soon.